Hello guys, welcome to Java Developers YouTube channel. Today we are discussing problem number 6 as a pattern 2. Already we covered the pattern 1. Today we are discussing the pattern 2 regarding the Armstrong number. Okay, first we'll go for the intuition. Then we will write the code and then we'll do the dry run. Just open the browser and let's select it. And what is the, we have gone through the pattern number 1 and that will be having the drawback of this reminder concept, right? So we will that overcome by this problem, okay, by this pattern number 2. Already we know that what is an Armstrong number, right? Already we know that what is an Armstrong number. 153 is an Armstrong number and 1634 is an Armstrong number, okay. And we will change only the code, okay. And let's go for the coding and let's start the given num is equals to 153, okay. And what we have to do right now, we need to save that int of t1 which is equals to num. That means here t1 is holding 153, okay. And length, okay, let's take int of length is equals to 0, okay. And next while t1 must be greater than 0, okay. It's a initial condition what the user enters, the value we transferred into t1 that should be greater than 0. Yes, it has to be greater than 0. Then we have to increment the length is equals to length plus 1 and remove the t1 value every time, okay. Remove the t1 value and update the t1, okay. And initially 153, right? If you take an example like 153 which is greater than 0, yes. And what is the length of here? Initially length 0 and 0 plus 1 it's 1. Next it will remove the value like 3 and what is the its length now? It's 2 and it will remove that value. And what is that? Length 3. For the confirmation you can use s out of length here, okay. You will get like 3, okay. After that what we have to do, it's a first we are writing the code for the length. And what is the next step? And next step is that let's take int of t2 is equals to num. That means we are transferring the 153 into the t2 and we have to do the sum here, okay. Already we know that sum and powers. So while let's take while t2 must be greater than 0, right? And let's take int of multiplication of variable. Initially multiplication is 1, okay. We have to do the multiplication, right? Yeah, with the 1 into 1 into 1 only, then you will get like 1. If you go 3 into 3 into 3 only, you will get 27. If I do 5 into 5 into 5 only, you will get 125, right? Then summation of these variable, these numbers, you will get like 153. So multiplication is 1. And then take out each digit of that number, int of reminder which is t2 modulo by 10. That means every time we are removing the last digit, right? If you are taking example like 153 here, if you are taking the example of 153, first it will take out the 3, okay. And we need to run the loop here, okay. We need to run the loop, take the for and int of I is equals to 1. Make sure that it should be 1. If you're writing 0, answer will be 0. And int of I is equals to 1 and that must be less than or equals to length. What is our length? What is our length? Our length is 3, right? Here length code 3. So that up to that we need to iterate and multiplication with reminder and store that in multiplication variable as a result of each digit, okay. Then come out of the loop. That means what happening here? Okay, we will see that, right? Okay, we will go for the for loop intuition. And first of all, as a multiplication, it was storing only the one value, right? 1. And we are remainder will take out the 3, right? And what is the length? It was 3. Length is 3. From 1 to 3 it was iterating 3. So what is the multiplication initial value? 1. What is the remainder we taken out from 153? Is 3. 3 into 1 you will get 3. Next, and what is this? It's a multiplication value. That multiplication equals to multiplication into remainder. This is a code, right? Yes. As a reminder, we got it 3. It is a constant number. And what is the updated remainder? 3. You will get 9. Then 3's remainder is always same. And what is updated value of multiplication? 9. You will get 27. This is completed. This is completed. I mean, we have taken one digit of 3 among 153 and we do the for loop iteration up to the length of that number. Okay, after that, what is the code? After that, we need to write the code like sum is equals to sum plus multiplication. That means initially, right, I will explain the sum, right? And first, initially sum is 0. Sum is equals to sum plus multiplication. Right, multiplication is now 27. Initially sum is 0 and sum is updated to 27. Okay, then after that, what is the next step? The next step is that we need to remove the last digit because already its operation is completed. So we need to remove the last digit. How we will remove that? T2 equals to T2 by 10. Okay, that means what is the number we have? 153 by 10. It will gives the number as 15. Okay, it will give the number as 15. And if you're, and again we need to compare this. Again it will take the, again it will start the loop again. Here multiplication is updated and it will take the 5 as a digit, and here remainder is 5 5 5 and 5 into 1, as the multiplication is updated to 27, right? Yeah, 27 into 5, like that it should be. Okay, no, it should be like 1 2 3, 5 into 1 you will get the 5. Okay, we will do that right now. Okay, no issues with that. Yeah, and what is the thing we are doing? Okay, let's take the num. Okay, and where we have taken t1 for the length, as we length is 3, that's fixed. Okay, I think, yeah, first we will explain about that first code. The code is, right, if you take while loop, which is t1 is greater than 0, and every time length is equals to length plus 1, and then we are removing t1 is equals to t1 by 10. What is this code will tells us, right? Initially length is equals to 0. This is an initial state. We are declaring the variable with the 0. Yes. And what is the number we have taken? 153. 153 is greater than 0. Yes. What is the length? 0 plus 1. That will give like 1. Okay. Then 153 by 10. It will give the output as 15. Next, 15 is greater than 0. Yes, it's greater than 0. What is its length? Now 2. And 15 by 10. It will gives like 1. And 1 is greater than 0. Yes. And again length is increased to 3. And what is the 1 by 10? You will get like 0.1 and it's 0. The condition fails. If I print like length, you will get the output as 3. Okay, and that's about the first code we discussed here. Okay, this is our first code what we are written, and next we go for the another while loop case. Okay, what is another while loop code? Just like we taken, okay, we have taken int of sum is equals to 0. It stands for the sum, and I was taken while loop, and that is t2. T2 should be greater than 0 because we have taken like t2. Okay, t2 is equals to num. Okay, as the t2 will be holding the 153 here. Okay, let's take int of what is it, int of multiplication. First we need to take the variable multiplication as 1, then we have to take the remainder, which is equals to t2 modulo by 10. And what we are doing, we are doing the for loop from int of I is equals to 1 to the its length. Okay, what is its length? Already we seen before while loop its length is 3 and I plus plus. Okay, and then multiplication is equals to multiplication into remainder. After that we need to do the sum is equals to sum plus multiplication, and after that we need to remove the last digit, t2 is equals to t2 by 10. Then we need to, after that we need to compare if num double equals to, okay, if the given num double equals to sum, then you can say that it's an Armstrong, otherwise it's not an Armstrong, it's an else part. Okay, already we seen that in the previous case. Okay, we will go through the example of this code. Okay, first initially what we have, like we have the 153 is a number. Okay, and we have sum is equals to 0, and initially 153, yes, 153 is greater than 0, yes, 153 is greater than 0, and multiplication, and we have the multiplication which is 1 here. Okay, and let's write the table for that. Okay, initially t2 is equals to 153. Okay, then we have the multiplication, and then we have the remainder case, and then we have the mul is equals to remainder into multiplication, or multiplication into remainder, anything. And after that we have the sum, and after that we have the uh, t2 is equals to t2 by 10, which is the removing the last digit. Okay, let's write the code for that. Initially t2 is 153, and it was compared with the while condition, while t2 must be greater than 0. Yes, it was must, and it's 153 initial case. Multiplication we taken 1, and 153 modulo by 10, that will give us 3 as a reminder. So we are running the for loop here, which is I is equals to 1 to I is equals to 3. Okay, that means what is the reminder here, right? What is the first case? Okay, we are running the for loop for the 3 times, right? Because of less than or equals to length. What is the length of that 153 is 3, so we have written 3. And what we are doing here, initially the multiplication is 0. Let's uh, change this. Okay, initially the remainder, what the remainder we got here, 3, right? 3 into, and what is the multiplication? It's 1, which is 3. Okay, it's fine. And what is for remainder? Remainder will always same because we got it from here. It's 3. And what is the updated multiplication? It's 3. And what you will get? 9. Okay, what is the remainder is always constant. What is the updated multiplication? 9. It's 27. Okay, it's 27. And what is initially sum is 0, right? And sum place multiplication. And what is the multiplication? 27. It will leave like 27 is a sum. Final sum is 27. And after that 153 by 10, it will gives like, it will remove the 3 and it will give the number is updated to 50. Okay, it's a first step is completed successfully. And what is the updated number we have here? We have like 15. 15 is our updated number. So, and what is the thing we have to do right now? Okay, what is the multiplication? We have 27. Okay, and what is the remainder? 15 modulo by 10, you will get the remainder as 5. Okay, what is the remainder right now? It's 5. And what is the multiplication? It's starting with the 1. So what is its multiplication? We get 5. And it's a 5, remainder stays same, and multiplication is updated to 5. It's 25, and remainder remains same, and it's updated to multiplication 25. You will get 125. Okay, and what is the sum here? And what is the sum here? Sum is 27. Previously we have 27, now it's 125, and we get like 12 and 12, 14, 15, 152. Okay, sum is updated to 152. Okay, and next what we have, the number 15 by 10, it will remove the 5 and gives the value as 1. Okay, what is the case for right now? Second is completed. Next, what is the updated number 1, and what is the sum, sorry, what is the mul we got, right? 152, no, 125. Okay, no issue. Next, 1 modulo by 10, that will use the 1 as a reminder. Then reminder is 1, and number starting with 1, you will get 1. Okay, and next reminder is 1, and what is the number updated? 1, you will get 1. What is the number? 1, and what is the updated multiplication number? 1, you will get 1. Right, yes. And after that sum, previously it was 152, now it was 1, then you will get 153. Then what is the 1 by 10? You will get 0.1, that will give us 0. So what is the final sum here? What is the final sum here? We got final sum is 153, which is the question. So what we have to write the code right now? We have to compare, right? If number double equals to the what the sum we got, then we have to print. If that matches, we have to print it's an Armstrong, or else you have to print like it's not an Armstrong. It's not an Armstrong. Okay, and this is the code for that. Okay, and if you have any doubt, just comment me below. And let's go for Eclipse, and let's take the scanner class because it can work with the any number of digits. Okay, let's take the scanner, and that will be holding the variable as SE, and you have to take the new scanner, right? New scanner, and let's take system.in. Okay, after that we have to say like user enter the number. Okay, enter the number se dot next int, and we have to store that in a variable that is num. Okay, and what is the first while loop we are doing here? Let's take int of t1, which is from num. Okay, while t1 must be greater than 0, and what we have to do, as we know that we have to take the length first, right? Length is equals to, okay, int of length is equals to 0 initial case. So length is equals to length plus 1, then t1 is equals to t1 by 10. Every time we removing the digit, and if I print the length, what is the length we got here? If I print the length, you will get right. First run this small code, okay, for our, what is the length? Just run this code, and if I enter 153, what is its length? Length is 3, right? And you can mention like length, okay, and after that what is our next condition? Let's take int of t2 is equal to, that is from number is passed to 153, and what we have to take, we have to take the sum is equals to 0 while t2 must be greater than 0, and let's take int of multiplication is 1 its beginning, and let's take the each remainder, that is t2 modulo by 10, that will take the each last digit, and then we need to take the for loop, we have to iterate it from 1 to the length, which is equals to the length what we get is 3, right here. Yeah, and then we have to perform the operation like multiplication equals to multiplication into what the remainder you are getting, multiplication plus remainder, sorry, not plus, it's into remainder, right? 1 into remainder, if 3 into 1 3, 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 3, 27, right? After that, for loop iteration of one remainder, what we have to do? Sum is equals to sum plus multiplication. Okay, after that, t2 is equals to t2 by 10. We remove the each digit, and after removing, after all the operation, like remainder below the 0, right, every time it was decreasing one value, at the end will while loop will fails to the 0. At that condition, if okay number double equals to sum, then what we are saying? We are saying it's an Armstrong number. The number which you are given, it's an Armstrong number. Otherwise, if sum does not equals to num, what we have to say? Not Armstrong number. Okay, let's run the code here. If I take 153, what is its length? Yeah, it's an Armstrong. And if I take 1634, length is 4, it's an Armstrong. And if I take 123, its a length is 3, it's not an Armstrong. What if I take 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, length is 9, it's not an Armstrong. It will work with the any length. Okay, and that we are minimizing the error that we caused in the pattern number 1 in pattern number 2. Okay, and this is the pattern number 2 of Armstrong numbers. If you have any doubt, just comment me below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.